I'm Paul Newman, the Daily Mail cricket correspondent. What I've just witnessed at the Gabba is a brutal, humiliating defeat for England. It's all over in 4 days, even though we've had 2 pretty heavy bursts of rain today. England bowled out for 179, which gives Australia a 381-run victory in this first Ashes test here in Brisbane. And who would have thought that was possible when Australia were 132 for 6 on the first day? This, make no mistakes, is a thumping for England. They have been absolutely thrashed and humiliated here by Australia, none more so by the figure of Mitchell Johnson, this much derided figure of fun for the Barmy Army. We all know the problems he had in the last Ashes series in this country. Well, he's hit back today in this match, and he's hit back in style. 9 wickets in the match, including the final wicket when he had Jimmy Anderson caught and bowled. And that was a world-class performance from Mitchell Johnson of proper, raw, aggressive, hostile pace bowling. And frankly, England couldn't cope with it. They've been bowled out for fewer than 200, both innings, which frankly is not good enough. They came here saying that they had to make scores in excess of 400, which they haven't done for some time. They couldn't even get to 200 here, and that will be a serious concern for Alastair Cook. England, we know, notoriously slow starters. They haven't won a proper first test of an overseas series since 2004 in South Africa, really, if you discount Bangladesh in 2010. Serious problem for England. However well they seem to prepare, however many warm-up matches they have, they cannot get it right in the first test of a series. Now, in the recent past, particularly in India last year after they lost in Ahmedabad, they were able to hit back. Can they do it here? This was such a convincing thrashing. This was such a victory for Australia. Are England able to hit back? They've got 10 days before the next test in Adelaide, but they have serious concerns over Jonathan Trott, who looked like he was completely shot when he was dismissed by Johnson last night. You've got issues over Graham Swan, such an important bowler who was just attacked and milked by the Australian bowlers here. Chris Tremlett, is he good enough to be the third seamer? He's bowling at less than 80 miles an hour. Compare that with Mitchell Johnson up in the 90s. Not good enough really, and England will want Tim Bresnan fit and ready to go for Adelaide in the second test. Lots of issues. Alastair Cook batted well today, scored 65 while he was at the crease. Looked as though England were going to take this at least into a 5th day, and with the storms that we have around here in Brisbane, who knows, they might have got away with it. It was not to be. They went down like a pack of cards again once Cook was out, and the Aussies were all over him. This was a ferocious Aussie side. This was an Australian side hell-bent on revenge for the 3-0 defeat they had in England last summer. They clearly want they clearly want to go after England in this match, and we saw a lot of bad feeling at the end there as well. Last night we had David Warner saying that he thought Jonathan Trott had a scared look in his eyes. Now towards the end there was an altercation between Jimmy Anderson and George Bailey, where the umpires had to step in, and then Michael Clarke came in, and the stump microphone operating for Channel 9 clearly picked him up saying, get ready for an expletive, broken hand or thumb. That's the only thing we're not sure about. Michael Clarke said that to Jimmy Anderson. I asked him about it in the press conference. He said he did not think that anything went beyond the bounds of what's acceptable. He just said it's banter. Alastair Cook said that he thought what Warner said last night was disrespectful to Jonathan Trott, and he admitted that it's a war out there and there's a lot of bad feeling between the side. Back-to-back test series, it's inevitable. We've got 10 days now for blood pressures to drop and for things to calm, but the bottom line is Australia are ahead, emphatically so, and it will take some coming back for England to come back for this.